How y'all doing, YouTube? It's your boy E Right Guy, and I want to make a quick video talking about the Olympia 2015 prejudging and who I think my top 5 picks are. So first, we can start off with number 5. I got to give it to Big Ramy, man. And this year he came out weighing like 315 pounds. Probably the freakiest guy, the biggest guy ever to be on the Olympia stage. But I still feel like he's too big, man. Like, he needs to lose about 30 pounds. He'll still be the biggest guy there. And I think he has the best shape, but I don't know why he just keeps coming in bigger and bigger. And his biggest Achilles heel is he's not conditioned. And once he can drop that weight, he can get the conditioning down. But I don't know. It seems like every year they tell him, hey, you got to get conditioned. You got to get lean. You got to get lean. But he's just getting bigger and bigger. So I don't think it's going to change. But he came in good enough to be top 5. So I give him the 5th pick. Now, the top 4 is really debatable. These 4 guys look really good. But I'm going to have to give number 4 to Sean Roden. Now, when Sean Roden first came out by himself and did his mandatory posing, I was like, man, he may beat Phil Heath. I thought he had a chance because he looked really good. He's bigger than he was last year. His legs look ridiculous this year. But when they started posing next to each other, you started seeing that he couldn't hold his abs in the whole time. He started letting his gut hang out, and I think you should get penalized for that. So that's why I put him at 4th. Now, number 3. Number 2 and number 3, I've been going back and forth with this. But I'm going to give number 3 to Dennis Wolf. Now, when Dennis Wolf came out, he was definitely the most conditioned person there. He definitely brought the wow factor. Like, he had no water or no fat on his body. Legs looking ridiculous as always. Man, I was like, man, when he first came out, I was like, yo, he has what it takes to beat Phil. But when they all lined up together, I don't know. I couldn't give it to him anymore. My mind started changing. So number 2, and this is my biggest surprise, Dexter Jackson, the Blade. And he came in, cut as usual, no water on him, no fat. The guy's 46 years old, man. Amazing shape. And when I first saw him come out, I was like, okay, he's always gonna come in condition. He looks good, but I didn't have that wow factor. But what made me put him in at number 2 is when they started posing together, all 4 of the top 4 guys that I mentioned, when they were all lined up together, they moved Dexter Jackson right next to Phil Heath. And in my opinion, he was beating Phil Heath on all those poses, especially the rear double bicep. And that's like Phil Heath's signature, you know what I'm saying? He usually kills people from the back. And I swear, he beat Phil Heath in that pose, man. And I was looking, I was like, man, Dexter Jackson, hey, man, he really could take it this year. But Phil Heath, I got to give Phil Heath first place. And I think it's mainly because of politics. This will be his 5th year winning it in a row. And the only way you're going to uncrown Phil Heath is if you clearly beat him. But it was just too close. To me, Phil Heath, I don't know. He's bigger than he was last year. I think he's too big, man. Like, his waist is getting too big. It's too blocky now. You know what I'm saying? If you want to see the best Phil Heath to date, pause this video, wait till the end of this video, go on YouTube and type in the Arnold Classic 2009 Phil Heath. That was his best conditioning ever. And he was like, I think 237, 240 pounds. The guy looked amazing. Even though he lost to Kai Green, I think Phil Heath that was the best conditioning. That was one of the best physiques ever, in my opinion. But now I feel like he's getting too big, and he's coming in conditioned and everything, but I feel like his aesthetics is getting worse. But that's my top 5 that I think that's gonna win. To be honest with you, well, that's a top 5 that I want to win. I think Dennis Wolf is gonna end up coming in second place, but I really want to see the Blade come in second place because I think he outposed Phil Heath. But that's my opinion. I'm gonna recap it. Number 1, Phil Heath. Number 2, the Blade, Dexter Jackson. Number 3, Dennis Wolf. Number 4, Sean Roden. And number 5, Big Ramy. So, hey. I want y'all comments in the bottom. What do y'all think y'all top 5 is? Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? How do you think the final competition tonight is going to be? But I think that's what's going to be the top 5. That's what I hope the top 5. I would actually like for Dexter Jackson to win the whole thing. But that's just my opinion. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'll let